Well, hello, and welcome to another edition of Beat This Game Today. Now today, we're going to be playing Sewer Shark. And the only real question is, should we play it on Sega CD, or should we play it on 3DO?
Well, I think we should play it on 3DO.
Shut your ass! Anyways, we are going to be playing it on the Sega CD.
Here we go. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with this system. This is another one of those situations where I didn't own the system growing up when I was a kid. I want to say I got my first one when I was 16, and I didn't get a Sega CD until way into my 20s. But my love and fascination, I guess, with this system started because my cousin had one. Because he was a big Sega guy and I was more Nintendo, but he was one of the first people I knew of to get a Sega CD, and I was hooked immediately. Even though, you know, I look at him now, I definitely can tell you the games aren't anything real special, but there's still a lot of nostalgia for me. There it is, Sewer Shark. Now in this one, we're going to be skipping the video for the purposes of time. I believe this game takes about almost 30 minutes to beat, maybe a little bit more than that. So it's a lot easier if I can just, you know, sit here and do the commentary rather than do it over all the videos.
Don't let him freak out.
I don't know who this actor is that plays Ghost, but I really liked him. I thought he did a good job. And really, you know, a lot of people shit on this game, saying that the controls are crappy or it's kind of like a DVD type game where you're shooting stuff. But you know, I really like it. And what I really like about this version over the 3DO version is the music. This has that Sega music going throughout the whole game. And actually, this first track here, I did a remix of in the Rex Banner project. That's how much I liked it so much. But most importantly, what I like about the music in this game is something as simplistic as this, where you've got a target and you're just shooting stuff like on a rail type shooter. You know, you got to have good music to keep the attention of the person playing. Otherwise, this could get really boring really quick. And what else I like about it too is the story also helps, but the music is just perfect. This, you know, first level's music gets you pumping, gets you going. It's got an interesting beats, some weird sound effects mixed with music. And that's what I really like about it the most. And actually what I like too is as the levels progress and you change into your different ranks or names as you move up from dog meat all the way to beach bum, the music changes slightly, and it really changes appropriately with the tone of the game. And after the after the first level, you also realize too the story kind of kicks into full gear, where you kind of go into a save type mode. And that, you know, to me, that's what I like about this game. It's simple, yeah, but I think the story is fun and it makes you interested. It makes you want to get to the end and see what happens. Now, having said that, you know, is it one of the best Sega CD games? No. Is it in one of my top, 20 games of all time? No. But does it meet the criteria for being fun, entertaining, and is this one of those games I can put in my Sega CD every couple months and play again and again without getting really bored with it? Yeah. So, you know, to me, that's why I like this game a lot. But anyways, I will say though, after reading some other reviews of this game, that it definitely is confusing trying to figure out all the different little things that you have to know in order to progress into this game. Some people complain about the jump data, but I think it's kind of self-explanatory when they give you the 12, 3, 6, and 9. Basically, he's giving you the turns that you need to make when they come up in that sequence. If you the first level, I think you're allowed to miss one or two of the jump datas and mess them up. But after that, if you do any more than that, you basically hit a wall and die. So that becomes an interesting aspect of the game where you have to pay attention. And this first level, it's not quite as demanding because there's not a lot of enemies to beat. But as it gets later into the game, more and more enemies are on the screen, more and more stuff you got to pay attention to, and trying to remember the jump data and all that other shit. can make it pretty busy for the screen. Now, the most important thing to remember on this first couple of stages here is to remember your jump data, and also to make sure you kill as many enemies as possible. I think the first 2 or 3 code names, if you don't get enough, if you don't kill enough and get your score up high enough, you're not going to be able to pass, and you essentially fail. So you definitely need to be shooting some of these guys. You can't just like let them go. And it's easier in these first couple stages to get all of them if you know where they are, so shoot away, because that will help you down the line. I think once you get to the last 2 missions, it's not that important where your score is. I think it's just more important that you survive. But I will say, though, having talked about the 3DO version, that the graphics, the video playing feed that you're getting right now is a lot better on the 3DO. But having said that, I don't think the music fits the game at all. I've played that version. I've watched walkthroughs of it. It's just boring. They kind of recycle music from other places in the game that you'll hear in this one, music-wise, and it doesn't fit. To me, it's just boring. It doesn't get me interested in playing the game. Even though I think the music they use is all digital music from the CD, ROM itself. You know, obviously this music you're listening to right now is not digital. It's using the Sega, like the MIDI or the chiptune or however they did it to produce the music. And this to me is a lot better than what they came up with for the 3DO version. But the video does look a lot better. And it probably would have helped in this game, because I think the hardest problem you'll see as more shit starts getting on the screen is actually identifying the stuff that's in the tunnels that you need to pay attention to.
Don't forget now, a clean sewer
is a happy sewer.
There's your main villain right here.
got a certain ring, you know.
Don't get cocky, kid. It's a long way to Solar City. Shoot the tubes.
Attention, Sewer Mart shoppers, we got a lovely assortment of bogeys bearings. Snyder, 12.
Also, too, where you are with your score in this game will also, you'll see different video clips cut in where they say you're doing good, you're barely passing, and sometimes too, some of those will rotate as well. Really, though, if you know anything about playing video games, you shouldn't do bad on these first couple levels. It may take you a few runs to get a hold of how the game works and how you're supposed to navigate, but after that, you should be fine. As you can see, you're starting to get more enemies now. You got the bats, which are really just kind of a pain in the ass. Getting close to where we're just going to start getting the first video cutscenes from Falco, which had we had the beginning of the intro on, you would have seen her. She kind of talks to you briefly before you start this mission with Ghost. I know I may be the only person out there who will actually admit this, but I really would have liked to have seen a sequel or a remake of some sort of this game. I think the plot and everything about it was I think, original, and even though some people might argue that it wasn't executed properly, I would have liked to have seen where else they could have gone with this series, especially with the updated graphics like on the PlayStation 2 or like the Dreamcast, even the Saturn. I think I definitely could have been interesting.
Falco to Ghost. Falco to Ghost. I hope you read me, my friend. I'm onto
Do you?
something totally rad here. This is hot stuff, buddy. You gotta come meet me right away. I'm gonna give you jump data to my sector gate, and then I'm gonna gonna talk you in from there, okay? Here we go. 6, 3, 6. Now that'll get you there. Unless your pilot's a total pinhead. Turn and burn, babe. Falco out.
Ghost of Falco. Are you nuts? It's almost Sector 19. Blast her. She's just asking for it. Sector 19's a sewer jockey's graveyard. Well, you heard her. Turn and burn, dog meat.
You gotta love Ghost. Yeah, I will say too, another point on this, as with most things, my cousin who had this game system, they had it out in the front room, which was the main TV that they, pretty much I think the only TV they had in the whole house, and I remember we used to stay up real late and play this game and a lot of other different games, 2 or 3 in the morning, and of course we couldn't have the TV up real loud, and and this is one of those games where you can get away with the jump data by looking at the top, because when he says 12, 6, 3, 9 or whatever combination, the arrows will blink when he gives you the jump data. But first, for times like that where Falco just gave them to you, they give them to you via the audio. And I remember there were many times where I maybe it wasn't up loud enough, or I wasn't paying attention and I missed it, and then you're really screwed. So definitely one of those games you can't play without the volume being on. Another thing that we just passed up a little while ago that I was going to mention, your energy counter on the left, as you can see, it's constantly going down, and I think it goes down too if certain enemies hit you. I know in the end final boss they do. I think the scorpions can hurt you.
Come in, Falco.
Well, Falco's in Sector 19. Thanks for the scoop.
Get out of my face, Stenchler.
Do you mind? I'm talking to your pilot there, Dog Fleas or whatever they call you. Hey, that was some great flying back there, kid. That was a real,
virtuoso performance on the joystick.
My words exactly. Keep it up, kid, and soon...
Bet she knows a lot about
all this will
joysticks.
be yours. It's all so
I always find this weird that he had this office right outside on the beach like that, but whatever.
You're hot now, but don't lose the edge. Keep pressing it. Don't let up. Think Solar City. Your new call sign is Rat Breath.
There we go, we got the upgrade.
Rat Breath.
Sure thing. Anyways, what I was saying about the energy is the energy will slowly go down as you go through this level, and you'll have to hit different points called charge stations, or recharge, I think. And next time one comes up, I'll show you. They kind of announce it ahead of time so you can kind of prepare yourself. But essentially what you'll see is there's an indicator up at the top of the tunnel there that is mixed, I guess, of both like a yellow and a green light. And whichever way that green light is kind of facing, whether it's on the left side or the right side, is which side you need to go over to in order to go through the recharge tunnel. Now, I'm not sure about the earlier levels. I do know in the later levels you can miss one, but if you miss one, when you got that boss at the end that if he hits you takes away energy, it makes the game a lot more difficult. But if you if you hit all these recharge stations as you go through all the way through the game, you should be fine. Now, I will say, having said that, there are times where I've missed recharge stations in the beginning, and I died, and it started me over at kind of like a checkpoint. And essentially what would happen is I didn't have enough energy to make it to the next place to get a recharge, so I was kind of stuck, and I remember having to reset the game, and that always kind of sucked. Now that happens obviously if you die early in the first couple stages. I don't think it happens so much in the end stages, mainly because if you miss too many of those restart stations, you'll never even get close to the last level. And you can see too, introduction of the new enemies here. You've got the, I guess they're scorpions, radioactive or whatever. And you also see a lot of the enemy placements have changed up to where you're getting a lot more bats and a lot more radigators on the screens. in both, like 2 at a time on the screen, both up and down or left and right. Makes it a little harder for you to aim and shoot. And we'll say too, while we're on the subject of aiming, I played a lot of games where you have to use a D-pad to move cursors on the screen like this to shoot, and some of them are horrible, just real clumsy, or you move slightly to the right and on the D-pad and then you go way over to the right too fast, and it's just not, the controls suck for the most part. But this game, surprisingly enough, works really, really well, and I'm glad they were able to fix that, because had it been really sensitive controls, I think it definitely would ruin this game. Boy, she's excited. I think something funny to note. You see that? I don't know if it's an owl or what the hell it is there. You see it's kind of gray and white. When you have to follow the one that you need here in the later stages, they change the colors to these like weird rainbow-looking acid colors. And you might wonder why they did that, but I'm pretty sure if you watch that scene we just saw there, it's really easy to lose that owl in the background, especially when you're looking at everything else. So with having all those funky colors, it definitely stands out, and I'm glad they made that change. But of course, that's assuming that's what they were doing.
Mr. Ghost, but I show critters and they're headed your way.
All right, just got ahead. We'll check out the critters. Just stay out of Sector 19. Okay, rat breath, shoot the tubes.
Got a solid TA, Vector.
As you can see now, the storyline's kind of picking up. We're turning into like a rescue mission to help Falco. At this point, we don't really know what's going on with her, but... See, we just passed the 100,000 mark on the score here. It's kind of where around that part is where we need to be in order to pass these levels.
Transponder reading dead ahead. And I do mean dead. It's Falco's Shepherd. What's left of it?
She's up there.
Oh, so now we found out too that Falco's been attacked.
Catfish.
Storyline starts to pick up.
Vector us in. Just keep us out of Sector 19. Shoot the tubes, rat breath. Recharge coming up.
There we go. Here's the recharge station. You see the green light on the left, so that's the direction we need to go. I think every time you hit it, you get 10,000 more energy. Like I said, you don't want to miss one of those, and then basically you have to wait it out or just hit a wall, because you know you're going to run out of energy anyways for the next recharge station. And I will say this, I'm glad too, I'm not the only one who likes this game or has fond memories of it. Michael B, the Game Genie, actually did a review where he talks about this game. He has pretty much the same feelings about it as I do, so it's nice I'm not alone.
Way to kick butt, buddy.
I will say this too, that and just showing that cutscene there. Sometimes you get that cutscene, sometimes you don't. But the 3DO version, I will say, if you play it after playing this one, you'll notice there are a lot more cutscenes of Ghost doing little things like that. Not so much more of the video, but more so of the audio, which I guess makes the game a little more interactive. I don't know why they weren't able to do it on this version. Maybe it's limitations of how the CD worked, because I do know the 3DO runs a lot faster as far as loading times on the CD quality stuff than the Sega CD does. But that's definitely another element of the game that they have in the 3DO over the same.
Help, Mr. Ghost! I've got a bogey coming down on me. It's a flying buzzsaw. It's trying to kill me. We're too close to Sector 19. Get me out!
Somebody's got control of the maintenance moles and turned them into killers. That's what got Falco.
I'm back. Look at me. I'm a surf god.
Don't listen to that human oil slick kid.
Oh, nasty business about Falco, eh?
I love how this is just a really shitty green screen that they're doing this on. Maybe it might not even been a damn green screen. They might have just had a video playing behind them.
Who knows? Maybe
But I think it's pretty damn funny. Of course, what's fun about this game too, it never takes itself seriously anyways.
Surf's up, dude.
Okay, you made it this far, just barely. But you better suck it in, pal. Things get much worse.
Ghost is a
from now
pessimist.
on. Catfish, chart a course back to the garage. I got work to do.
Now, here's one of the first times where you do a interaction with the video here.
This is gonna be way, way cool, buddy. First, I rigged up a pair of Thompson superchargers on the Hollins thruster coil. We got major boost now, my friend.
This is where Ghost starts to lose it a little bit.
Baby. I call her sweet little 16. 16 barrels of fun for Mr. Mole and company. All right, let's get aboard. I want to try her out.
So essentially what's going to happen here is he's going to say fire, and he actually wants you to fire. If you don't fire, you fail this part, and you got to do it again.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, fire! Whoa! You just took the door out, Ace. I'm flying with a menace.
Another side note too. One of the reasons why I like this game as well is he said, as you can hear him say, Ace. When I was a kid, and I used to play a lot of computer games like on Tandy and whatnot, that was my nickname. My dad used to call me a lot, was Ace. And when I say that, from real young, about 6 or 8 years old, so that's something that's dragged over into my current gaming, because that's Ace is part of my tag, for my gamer tag for my Xbox. So it was kind of neat to hear him say Ace. Now, here, like I said, here's the owl-looking thing here. As you can tell, he's the colors have changed on him, and I'm glad that they changed him to look kind of funky like that, because if they didn't, as you can see it where he's flying up there at the top, or when he turns left or right, it's really hard to see him behind all this other shit that's going on. Mainly because of how crappy the video is here. But anyways, with this section, you see the music has changed. It's much more fast-paced. And now, instead of getting jump data, you've got to follow this bird. So besides the enemies coming faster, you need to make sure you turn in sync with him. And then on top of that, now you have these moles coming straight at you. This first wave of moles is pretty easy to dodge. Just make sure you shoot as early as you can at them, and you shouldn't have any issues. But the second wave of moles is really where shit picks up. Now, too, as a kid, I can tell you, I didn't know anything about what was going to happen next here. As you can see that meter below Exterminator, it's in the yellow, it's kind of creeping up and back and forth between the red. Once it gets to a high point, and you'll hear him say something, or right here, you've got to push the C button and shoot a flare off to burn off, I think it's CO2 or something. Or maybe it's blowing up a wall. I don't know what the hell the deal is. But if you don't do that, you die. So, and I don't think that's explained in the game at any point. It might be in the instruction manual, but still, to make it that far and not know what the hell just happened would really suck. So now you've, like I said, now you've got multiple things that you need to pay attention to in order to make sure you survive and keep going. Like I said, the pacing on this is really good.
A visitor! I propose a toast to Falco, soon to be a mindless tool of the Commissioner. I must see to it that she warms to the occasion. Oh, that's good. The sun is just right for toasting marshmallows. It's a party. It's too bad you won't be able to come, suckers.
Falco, I knew she was still alive. So we can't steer. Big deal.
Big
We
deal.
can still shoot. We've got to try to save her.
Ghost is the
Your
man.
new call sign is Beach Bum. Let's make it
And that's the
happen.
last upgrade you're gonna
Turn
get
and
right
burn,
there.
Beach Bum.
Again, music increasing in tempo. The recharge stations, you definitely don't want to miss them this far on. As you can see too, the time in which it tells you what direction that you can go in and which side you need to see gets shorter and shorter as you go on. So you really got to be Johnny on the spot with those damn recharge stations. You can see the moles are kind of coming in different patterns now. Makes it a little harder to shoot. Here we are again with, we'll blow this up.
Listen up, beach scum! Those were only my fourth string moles, strictly preseason guys. I'm sending down my regular season boys now. They call them the chainsaw line. Don't go all to pieces on me now.
Here we go. Here's where shit really gets crazy. These damn things come at you quick, and there's no margin for error. One of these things hits you, you're dead. Another key for these two when you get to the moles, always shoot around the corners right at the top turning corner, because that's usually where they'll come and try to ambush you. There's a crazy one right there. I always hate that one.
We took some hits back there. Nothing the ghost here can't handle. Turn and burn, beach bum.
Now, you really do not want to miss this recharge station. I think it's probably possible to not get that one and still beat the game. However, you're going to be going into the last boss with maybe about 10,000 units of energy left, which you probably need about 6 or 7 just to get to the end of the stage, just from your ship going from point A to point B. But the end boss, since it takes your energy, only having 3,000 to play with does not give you very much room to move as far as missing some of those things when they hit you. 'Cause I want to say they take about 500 a piece or a hit. There we go again. I think it's the last time you got to do that. Should be getting close here. And there's him trying to sneak around the corner again.
Anchovy pudding! Where's my anchovy pudding?
Right here.
Ah! This is
Mutiny! I think you're a mean man!
back! Get back! Or my shirt shall have your brains for bread!
We got Stenchler on the ropes. Go for it, beach bum.
This is the last leg here before he releases those things on you. As you see, we got plenty of energy. I don't think in this run I missed any of those recharge stations. So we're on about that explosion bit. As you can see, our energy's getting lower here. Looks like we're down about 28,000. So if you had missed one of those, you'd be around 18 at this point.
I'm not safe anymore. They're coming to get me. But the Zergs are my last line of defense.
You can see too also the score there. 1.3 million is pretty good for this one. I think finishing with either between 3.6 and 4 million is about where average should be.
Bon appetit, my little mind munches. Pity, I'm afraid you won't be much of a meal for them, beach bum.
Get ready, beach bum. They're coming, and they're coming fast. Waste them! Waste them!
I guess the only thing I could say about this end part is I would have liked the boss to look a little different. It just looks like technicolor lights on the screen, but I get it. I get what they're supposed to be, but I think they could have designed it a little better. You can see I just took a hit there. It took some of my energy.
You did it. Nice shooting, beach bum. Next stop, Solar City.
The Zergs didn't stop them. They'll be coming for me now.
I love this hat he puts on. In what world did he need that stupid hat?
You're shark bait!
almost there, Mr. Ghost. It don't smell bad no more. Dang, Solar City. That's real pretty underwear, miss.
We made it, Beach Bum.
Gee, you're cute!
Oh my, let's do that again.
All right, buddy.
Welcome to paradise.
Maybe the first example of robot on human physical contact. And that's it. That's Sewer Shark for you. You see, like I said, I think it's a pretty fun game. Some people still may say they don't like it, but I think it works great. You can see, I think it finished up at 3 point. Can't really read it from here. Maybe 3.8 million score-wise. Like I said, you can get about 3.6 to 4 million, usually normal. But yeah, that's it. It's if you've never played it before and you've got a Sega CD, you can usually pick this game up for pretty cheap, a couple bucks, maybe $5, maybe even less than that. There was a lot of copies out there because it launched with the Sega CD, or at least the first run out it did. So, you know, if you can, pick up a copy of it, put it in, you know, try it out for yourself. That's not for everybody, but definitely think it's still a good game. And thanks for watching. This is another episode of this Beat a Game Today series. If you have any suggestions or any comments, likes, hates, shares, whatever, go ahead and leave some of that feedback for me, and we'll see if you do have a request to see. Maybe I'll pick one of your requests and do it next time.